So what happens is you want to shorten up the stance, and what you're going to have to change with a shorter stance is more steps, short steps. So instead of what you're doing is you're getting deep here, and then you're going boom, boom, and you're taking long steps. The problem with the getting deep and getting wide is you're not going to be able to effectively turn the hips. That's going to affect your form. It's going to cause some problems. So what you want to do is get rid of that feeling where you have to be like grip to the floor and shorten up and you move in shorter steps. So you're just going to be a little bit taller. You crack your knees, get that left foot forward, and this is 1, 2, just go here. Boom, boom. It's not quicker steps. Bigger circle, bigger circle. So the way I explain it the best, is this. When you get into your boxing stance, I always say get these knees and shoulders lined up right here. So this way you have this space. You gotta have this space between your legs. And you can't be there, you gotta watch your feet that you're not going this way. So you gotta get this left foot a little bit more pointed, right? You got this space and you gotta adjust here. You see if you get that butt out, get your ass out a little bit, the counterbalance and that's alive exactly. You're sitting around, remember that drill we did? So what I say is if you look at this line, right? You're gonna train yourself no matter what direction I go in. So think of my left foot. If I go 45 degrees forward, this way, I go 45 degrees forward, 8 inches. I'm going to go 45 degrees, 8 inches, and this comes 45 degrees, 8 inches. You're going to mirror your movement. If I go this way on the line, if I just go 6 inches this way, 6 inches, 6 inches. I go back, 6, 6. I go forward, a foot, back, foot. If I go back 45 degrees at a foot, 1 foot this way, 45. They're going to mirror each other. No matter what you do, because you want to keep that same distance. So if I'm boxing with you, right? Now remember, my whole idea is to keep my framing. So if I'm going to go and put my foot, and normally look at me here. If I go and put my right foot here and I keep my framing, I'm going what? Maybe a foot, 1 foot here, and I'm going that direction. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go here, and keep my framing. Then I'm saying if I'm here and I want to step out there, I'm going to go forward about a foot, maybe 45 degrees. I'm going to go 1 and then bring this foot to an angle. I'm always in a land with that neutral boxing position. Or they kind of call it neutral. I call it fighting position to me. I call it fighting position because I think from this to here is when you control how your punches. The thing I worry about is with a deep stance like this. 1, when you jab, you're going to drag it back, and then when you try to throw your punch, you're never going to be able to turn the hip. We talked about that before. Too wide of a stance, you can't turn the hip. Then you start running, you start bringing the face down. 2, when you got a wide stance like that, usually when you come back, you usually only bring this foot back, and you're not going back. With a shorter stance, you get to stop. It's like little steps, boom, 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 and you just keep your frame, little steps. It's not saying that you can't get a wider stance at an occasion. So sometimes you might want to get lower, and you can get that wider stance. It's just for a short period of time, boom, boom, and then you're here. You know what I mean? So, but we're trying to retrain you. It'll save you energy because you're not flexing your quads and everything the whole damn fight, and it'll loosen your hips up. To me, you have to have a relaxed base, especially for the faster fighters. Now, some people like to dig in, and that's why they compensate with this, because they're moving their feet. And we don't like to teach that. Instead of, you could accomplish getting your head off the line by just stepping. You don't have to do all this because your feet are still there. That's one of the problems. A lot of these, the girl Margarita fought, she was doing this.
On the first day?
Yeah, but she came back, when she stopped, she come in the middle, boom.
Actually, I thought about that. I was like, no, she's back to center. I was like, oh,
That's how she's doing it. With a girl like that, fighting Margarita, she should have been feigning and then stepping here and then stepping there and then getting the angles going. But she's using just her top top half of the body. And that's what happens when you get a wide stance. So you're short and you get a wide stance, you're locking yourself where you should be more, if you're a shorter opponent, you should be more agile with the smaller steps to get under them and to attack them, or if you're a taller opponent, you want to use smaller steps to always be in control. And then from there, you can get a little bit wider before you punch, but not too wide. So, yeah. Well, that's one of the things. So when I was, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now the key is when you're moving, you gotta have this space between your knees, and you're gonna accomplish that by there you go. And the key is when you punch, you start to bring this left foot towards the target. Start thinking, not exact, you don't want to go straight, but once you start thinking that way, you'll go from this side foot to this, a little bit more in the middle. You don't want to be 45, be a little bit less than 45. This is 45, this is side foot, this is like freaking straight. You want to be right about in there. Whatever's comfortable. It's like a little dome. Practice your pivots, always practice in the middle. Always have that target there. Because this is what people do. You practice your pivots, and their opponents here in real life, when they practice, they go, and they're facing that way. But you're not doing it with your opponent. Me and you're fighting, right? I'm not going to go like that to you. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to just say I want to get an angle on you. I'm going to go here, boom. That's it. But when I see people practicing, they over pivot and they do that crazy pivot, and then you start to see it in the fight. In fact, Derek, when he was chasing this guy, one of the things I'm always yelling at him is that he goes like this. He got his hands here, and he had his hands here again. And then when he would jab, he was going across his body, he would go spin. So when that guy was going this way, and I told him before the fight, and we warmed up, I said, you got to sidestep, and in fact, when you get in, don't pivot. So when you pivot, you'll go boom, boom, and then back through, and you have to get it. So that pivot, I hate that spin. You got to be able to pivot and then get set and then jab. It's got to be quick. It's going to be boom, bam, bam. Getting the feet going forward. You don't want to pivot and then trail. You're letting them out. Get those hands and other things to get these hands under there. Remember where you're jabbing from. Everything with the jab is knee, foot, hand, here. You got it? Step it a little bit. Boom. You want to be here. Exactly. You want to be inside your jab. So when I'm lining you up, my point of reference on you is I want to be most of the time here. Now, if I want to start my offense and I don't feel comfortable here, I can always step here. Boom, 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 boom. Or if we're here, I can step here and then attack. You see what I'm saying? Either way I move, that's why the framing is so important. If I step here and you make a move, boom, lead right. If I step here and you make a move, stiff arm or a jab. That's why the framing and splitting is so important. I don't want you getting here and then throwing your jab across your body. That's the last thing you want to do. You're going to take out a trigger. So if you're working with me, right? Work right here. Keep me like I keep you. Right here. Jab, boom. And remember, as a shorter person sometimes, if you're going to do this, get down to here and then jab. Get down there first. Get down. And then boom, boom. You got it? You don't always have to jab and move your head. Sometimes you can do like this. You get your feet together, boom, boom, boom. Get down here. Mix it up. There you go. Now you gotta match more. If you put those elbows in when you move, keep them elbows in. That's why you gotta check your elbows and your fists. Fists gotta be to the side without lifting your shoulders. You wanna be here. Alright, so relax. Relax stance. Remember, if you're controlling distance, you don't have to have your hands up. You know when you're getting into danger. So you can be out here relaxing your shoulders, but still giving the impression that you're guarding the defense. You're gonna welcome people to come in on you if you're like this. You're gonna approach a little bit, loop around and do all this crazy. But you're like this, the fighter like there's nothing open, you know what I mean? You want to be relaxed. Let me check your framing. And put it boom, boom. Start working in. You ready? Give me a round and call me when I'm talking about. After a round, I know you've been warming up for a while.
Hands in the feet.
Go around this as the target. Step it out. Elbows in. Keep your framing. Remember, every jab, and you can throw 1-2s, every jab comes over the middle. That's the right hand too. Back it up a little. There you go. Work from there. Throw that 1-2 with a U. There you go. Stay in there. Stay in there. So you go right here. Boom, boom. And you go to U. Boom, boom. Stay right here and then come out. Finish it and then come out. Get your framing back and then come out. Just so you're not moving. There, then move out. Perfect. You want to be in control and see everything when you move out. No, so that's your problem.
I know.
Always, the way you remember it is only think of one foot. So I'm here, right? I kind of know where I want to go. I lead with this foot. So I don't turn. I got to lock this here. I got to lock this here. So if I was just circling on one circle, I would be like this. We're not like in a circle, the same distance around that. But we're not like that. So we're here. What you want to do is you step out here and boom. Here, and boom. These are little steps. Don't square, don't square. So what you're doing, watch it. You're doing this. You go to your left, you're opening them. You know, I'm here. I can move my foot here and just go like that. I don't have to go. Don't look where you're going. Look at your look right here. You can step out and step out. Keep that shoulder forward. Now with the foot. Keep it like that. Boom. There you go. See? You got it? Keep your eyes on the target. You know, in the direction of the target. And don't do it slow. Do it a little quicker. There you go. Skip it a couple steps. There. Go up here. And that's what I usually do. Is I step out, boom, boom, jab, bam, bam, come out. And I make sure I'm narrow. Step out here. We go boom, boom. You're going to do a little bit, but don't twist. I don't want you to go, oh, let me open and then step. You're going to twist it natural. You can't move here without getting a little flat. It's okay to get a little flat, but I just don't want you to physically, if you keep your left eye dominant, whenever you're jabbing, if you keep your left eye dominant, it'll automatically keep you framed. But the minute you go to double eye equal, then you're going to start doing this. I call that resetting. Left eye dominant and just move. Remember, you want to jab it in, and then get your framing back. All the way out with the jab. Over the middle of the circle. So if I'm here, I'm going to start out here. I'm going to go 1, 2, over the bam. I'm going to go bam, bam, step back, step out, pivot. Now this time I'm going to work and throw a jab, jab, you right hand over the middle, right back, then here. The idea is to go boom, boom to get that frame. That's going to teach you to throw the hook later on. So right here is here, here. We're just not throwing the hook. Take your time. Get your right elbow in there. Like physically, when you finish that right hand, boom, boom, and back up. Get those little set. Get those little feelings of being set. We'll speed it up later. There, good. Step out. There, good. You'll get a pattern as you go. pointed towards the circle. When I step in, boom, boom, it's this way, not this way. You can go over the circle. I don't want it going that way. I want it going with my knee here, this way. Everything's lined up. Right here, boom. I can get my head down here. It's okay, but I don't want to come this way. You're coming this way. Don't lean over it, but yeah, do it moving down. Practice giving you the trigger. There you go. Right over this way. To the right. Right there. Right here. Right there. Right there. Go ahead. Right there. Go right over that circle. There you go. Do it again. Good. Don't lose that circle on the floor. That's your point of reference. You want to see the top of it at all times. Back it up. Work your way in with just some steps. And then jab. Boom. There you go. Double in. Relax with that jab all the way out. Don't poke with that jab. Fully extend them. Relax. Get it out. Boom. Boom. Get a little shift. Boom. No poking. Don't stop it. Let it go. Get that shoulder. Like, once you throw it, it's gone. The shoulder muscles will stop it. So you don't want to use your shoulder muscles to stop it by tensing. You want it to be natural, like a natural stretch. If you got a thick rubber band with something, there you go. And just right here, boom, boom. That's where the snap is. That's what's going to bloody someone up in the nose. But if you're poking, it's going to pull you forward. Don't stop it at the end of the target. Go through the target. You got to learn to punch. You're going to miss jabs, so you got to be able to throw snappy jabs without, and hanging. You should be able to be walking around. If I miss 3 jabs, who cares? The muscles, my muscles, my weight, they stretch, stop the punch. You don't want to stop it yourself. Let it all the way through. All the way up. It's almost like a real long delay. Bam. Here. Them W's. Right step out, left 2, 1, 2. On the outside, go step out, outside, step out. On this drill, you want to start a lot of times far out. You start out here, boom, practice, boom, and then you work your way, boom, boom. Hey, get your rhythm like you're fighting right here. The main thing I want you to do is make sure you're attacking in a straight line with this part, and that you bring it right back. You're double checking. This is a drill that when you step out, teach you how to pivot correctly, keep your framing, you work it any way you want. Boom, 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 step back. Then the in and out, that's very important in the snapping. That's going to train you to keep your frame. Over the circle, guys. Right over. So foot's gonna be there, the jab's gotta be here. There you go. That's why you want to make sure you're not narrow. Don't lose your framing, you're losing the tool. One step to the out. There you go, right there. 1, 2. I'm stepping to the outside of it and here. So if it takes two, that's why the smaller steps are better. Get closer, start just maybe closer right now. Just to see, maybe that'll help. You have to do two little steps, do two little steps. Two. There you go, boom. Always step to the area. When you get comfortable, establish and then jab, boom. Back. There you go. So you get comfortable. Step to the outside of the pillow. You're not looking at that pillow, make sure you see it. You have to look directly down, but keep it in your vision. That's the reference. Don't lose the reference. You're not punching in the air. You're using this. Those elbows in before you go out. So when you go like this, when you pivot, and you go in with the jab, boom, boom, and you throw that U, when you come back, snap those elbows back in as a reminder. Because if you go back and you got too much snap, that means you're chicken winging it. Then you know there's a problem. So if you go here, bam, bam, and you go here and you come back and you're like this, and when you snap it, you're like, oh shoot. Then you'll start to recognize you're going in like this. But if you do it right, and you got good form, boom, 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 it goes right back here. There should be no need to snap. So you're training yourself to come back in position. That also is tied into how you throw the right hand. If you throw a bad right hand, you'll have wide elbows. Right there, 1, 2. Make sure you got your elbows straight. Good. When you feel comfortable, when you're here, you skip, line up, bam, over the circle. So make sure you're here, right? Now line up here. When I skip, I like to slide over, boom, boom. So this way I can line up over here, over the circle with my right shoulder. Remember, we throw right hand, right shoulder, right knee, right hip, fist, it's all right here. Jab, here. You, here. Now this is all lined up over this. Jab, everything's lined up over this. Left eye dominant. Boom, boom. I accept 45. Roll under, right eye dominant. Right side is here. That's the key. That's how you're going to get your framing. Take your time. Stay right there, this way the camera can record it. Split. There you go. Practice your 1, 2. Come in with the jab. Boom, boom. Practice the U. Double jab and the U.